today's video, I'm going to chime in with a quick impromptu video. In today's video, I want to talk about birthright citizenship. Yes, that's correct, birthright citizenship. So, yesterday when I was on a psychedelic experience, I had this psychedelic trip, and a lot of people don't know if you mix tobacco, marijuana, and alcohol, it creates a psychedelic experience. If you mix tobacco and marijuana, they call it a spliff. And you smoke it and you actually breathe it in and hold it in your lungs, you can have a psychedelic trip off of tobacco and marijuana. That's why people so against putting it together. Oh, you mixing that shit. But at the same time, if you smoke marijuana by itself, you can have a psychedelic trip as well. You see what I'm saying? Depending on what grade you're smoking. But if you mix tobacco and marijuana, yes, it causes a psychedelic trip. But anyway, so I had this psychedelic vision, and basically, I knew the vision was on point is because it was like a deity that came to visit me, and the deity was like a monk, like sitting, like how I'm sitting, like in Indian style, but the head was an elephant. You see what I'm saying? And it had a monk's body, but the head was an elephant. And I know a lot of people say that sounds like Hinduism. That's true, but it's more like surrealism. And basically, the monk or the elephant monk was basically trying to tell me, um, right now, you basically hot right now, you know what I'm saying, the streets, in on YouTube and all that shit, even though the views don't show it, because, they got these different little tools and shit where they gotta, like, excuse me, like, block out somebody's views to kind of make it seem like they're not really making progress. It's like shadow banning, basically. Some type of shadow banning technology. But if you have a computer science background or an IT background and you really know what you're doing, you're not like a novice, you can actually unlock your computer in a certain type of way. Because I'm still kind of like a beginner novice when it comes to the IT part of technology, but I know some of the stuff, but not on the advanced level. But I know if you do some type of shit and you unlock your computer or whatever or your phone, you can really see the real views that you really get. And I know that for a fact is because when I look at my analytics on YouTube Studio, um, it tells me from this week, like this current week, 7 days ago, 28 days ago, 90 days ago, and 365 days ago. So 7 days ago, that's a week. 28 days, that's a month. 28 days later. Also, 90 days, that's 3 months. And then 365 days, that's 1 year. So I can see on my YouTube analytics what countries I'm going viral where. And usually on 7 days, depending on what kind of videos I'm doing and how much reach I'm doing, and if I do like shorts, like my short videos, and I do my I might don't get too excited, but I might create another digital comic just to kind of throw one out there for y'all and shit like that, because I know a lot of people love the AI digital comic shit, which I haven't done in a while, so I got to figure out how to go back and do it because YouTube keep changing every fucking week. But anyway, yeah, man. So this shit is insane, but I can see what countries I'm going viral in, and they don't tell you exactly what your numbers is, but it'll say you got 5% of people from Canada watching your videos. That means I'm going viral or I'm bubbling in Canada. Indonesia, I got 1.7%. I'm gonna give you an example, shit like that. I gotta actually go look at my analytics. But the last time I checked my analytics, I don't know, maybe a couple days ago or some shit like that, or maybe a week ago. I can't really remember. I gotta go look at my analytics again. But usually in a 7 day period, I'm usually going viral in the United States. And it just say like 21% of the United States, and that's the whole United States. So I could be going viral in Florida, I could be going viral in California, which I already know that for a fact because I'm in California right now. It's usually you bubbling wherever you at. It starts there and kind of goes out. And I know for a fact I'm bubbling in Chicago, Illinois, shit like that. Um, Shit, a lot of different places, but it's mainly different countries. So basically, the the elephant monk was saying if you start doing videos on birthright citizenship, your views is gonna go up. That's the whole point of me explaining what I just explained to you. So basically, the monk is saying, hey, if you start explaining what birthright citizenship is and how it works, you're going to get more views and more traction. So that's what I'm about to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna break this shit down for you. You feel me? See, niggas don't want to hear about birthright citizenship. They want you to talk about everything else. All right. So what birthright citizenship is basically everybody who is an American national, especially Indigenous Americans. You basically, or we basically, because I'm an Indigenous American, and I was me and my fucked up family. They was born all in America. You know what I'm saying? Each generation was born in America. So that's birthright citizenship. So that basically puts us at the top of the league, so to speak, in America. That basically puts you back at royalty. That basically puts you back at the top of the food chain. Now we still got more work to be done because there's still a lot of infestation and there's still a lot of corruption in certain departments and certain areas. And the state government and also the federal government don't be no fool. So this is why all these people doing the shit that they doing, especially here in See Me, they just motherfuckers just keep sneak this and keep woofing. You see what I'm saying? And the sad part about it is, I'm gonna let them do it because all they doing is shooting themselves in the head. I ain't got to do it. They gonna shoot themselves. When I'm done with them, they gonna kill themselves. I guarantee it. So so with birthright citizenship, right? Let me explain it for you again. So I was born in America, right? It doesn't matter what state you was born in America, as long as you was born in America, right? Your your immediate family, your mom and dad, has to be born in America as well. If your mom and dad was, say you was born in this country, right? You was born in America, but your mom and dad was born in India, you don't have birthright citizenship. You see what I'm saying? Let's say you a Chicano, right? You a Mexican American. Yes, you have Mexican descent, but your mom and your dad was born in America. They mom and they dad was born in America. They mom and they dad was born in America. Then you have birthright citizenship. Just because you are of Mexican descent don't mean that you don't have birthright citizenship. If you are of Mexican descent and your mom and dad was born in America, they mom and dad was born in America, you got birthright citizenship. You see what I'm saying? Let's say um, you of Haitian descent, right? And you was born in America, but your family was born in Haiti. Your mom and dad was born in Haiti. You don't have birthright citizenship. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. You don't have birthright citizenship. So let's say now this part, I'm I'm still trying to figure out if it works like this. I think it does. I think it's as simple as this. But let's say you was born in this country, your mom and dad was born in this country, but they mom and dad was born in another country besides America. I think that you would have birthright citizenship, excuse me, because your mom and dad was born here, but your parents would not have birthright citizenship because they mom and dad was born in a different country. I think that's how it works in that particular case. But anyway, birthright citizenship puts Indigenous Americans and American nationals. So let me explain this again because everybody want to keep trying to turn this into a race bait. You know what I'm saying? And that's really just some type of secret society excuse to keep people bickering back and forth as a distraction, so you don't really see what's going on. But it has nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with birthright citizenship and your nationality. You see what I'm saying? Which has nothing to do with race, because you could be just to give you another one too, because I'm not against Asians. Let's say you Japanese, right? That would probably be like the best Asian out of all the Asiatic races. Would probably be Japanese. Would probably be like the best, top of the tier. Don't get me wrong, you know China cool and all that shit and all that, and Singapore and all these different people like that. But Japanese people would be like top of the line when it comes to Asian races or Asian nationalities. And let's say um, you was born let's say you Japanese and you was born in America, and your mom and dad was born in America, their mom and dad was born in America, blah blah blah. But y'all family originally from Japan, but your mom and dad decided to come over here because they mom and dad brought them over here, had them in America, and then boom, your mom and dad ended up having you in America. You have birthright citizenship. So even though you Japanese, that's your nationality. You would be Japanese American, but you technically be American, even though your ethnicity is Japanese. Your nationality would be American because yes, you are Japanese ethnicity and origins, but your family was born in America for a long period of time. So even if you Japanese or not, and you was born in this country, your mom and dad was born in this country, so on and so forth, you have birthright citizenship. So it has nothing to do with a race. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But specifically, that's why Trump did it, is because it turns the tables to put the so-called Black American, the so-called Negro, the so-called nigga. I got you now. You see what I'm saying? It puts the so-called African American, which is all bullshit names. The closest one to indigenous would be a Black American. You see what I'm saying? But it's really indigenous American or a Black national, meaning that your skin color is dark and all that shit, but you have been on this land, your family and shit been on this land since whatever fucking time period. It puts you back on the top of the game. You see what I'm saying? And that's really what this is about. And people keep trying to say, "Oh, see, it's a race. It's a race." No, it's just another form of reparations for the descendants of slavery. Because, like I said, the whole concept of slavery, people being brought over here on slave ships, I kind of think that part bullshit. Even though it's some truth to back it up, I kind of think that part bullshit because they got their people confused on this land with motherfuckers in Africa and India. They say, hold on, these Indians look like the motherfuckers over there in Africa and India. So what if we just said they came from over there the whole time? You was already on this land, and we just put you in shackles to keep this agenda going on. So really, it's really just the indigenous people that was enslaved on this land. You see what I'm saying? That's what birthright citizenship is for. But like I said, it's a lot of Europeans, so-called white people. That's the term they use, but it's really European. And European is so many different ethnicities of European. Um, a lot of so-called Europeans or white people have been born in this country as well. You know what I'm saying? From let's just say Operation Paperclip or whatever, or even before then, like you know what I'm saying. It was already just because you had French people coming to America back in the fucking 1800s, back in the late 1700s and shit. So they came over here, and you know what I'm saying. You think they not gonna eventually mix with the indigenous people? So it's a lot of white Europeans, even if they don't have indigenous blood, they still was already born in this specific country for a long period of time, which gives them birthright citizenship. You see what I'm saying? So basically, just in general, like I'm trying to paint the picture for you, regardless if you black or white, like Michael Jackson said, it don't matter if you black or white, which it really don't. It basically puts American citizens back at the top of the totem pole. That's the indigenous saying right there, indigenous word. So the grand scheme of things, that's what birthright citizenship is for. It's to put American citizens back in the positions that we need to be in so we can lead and pioneer on the right path. You see what I'm saying? Because for so long, especially when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris was in office, their whole job was to destroy this country. So if their whole job was to destroy this country, they bring in any immigrant in, they using any immigrant, and they using any North American citizen of America that hate themselves and hate this country, they using them to destroy not only themselves but destroy other people from this country, kill other people from this country, kill themselves in the process. Excuse me, while they mess up this country. You see what I'm saying? So that's what was happening. So all these immigrants and shit coming over here, regardless of wherever the fuck they from, because people keep trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like go after certain people like Mexicans and all that shit. The only reason why so many Mexicans coming over here because Mexico is right there, it's closer. But it was not just Mexicans, it's Chinese motherfuckers, it's Africans, it's all type of people. You see what I'm saying? So, but it was mainly Mexicans. Yes, no, not Mexicans. Mainly people of Spanish descent. Let me not say Mexicans because that's really stereotyping. But it's really people because you have people from Ecuador and Venezuela. Those that's not Mexico. That's just different Spanish speaking countries. So they just closer to America because it's South America, Central America, and all that shit. But in the grand scheme of things, they brought all these immigrants over here, open border policies and shit, just so these immigrants can come over here and link up with other North American citizens, which they was already setting up anyway. Because even though you helping them over here, they not even from here originally. So you think they mind destroying your country? They already hate America. So if they hate America, you don't think they hate American citizens? So yeah, you think, oh yeah, these my little immigrant buddies, nigga, they plotting on to set you up too. They just ain't figuring that out yet, but they stringing you along too to plot to set you up. Because regardless if you helping them out or not, you still a North American citizen, dumb nigga. And they hate this country. So if they hate this country, they hate every citizen of this country. Come on, man. Why you think they targeted me so much? Because I'm indigenous American, and not only that, I got the European shit in my genetics because you know my last name Jackson, which is Scottish. That's the 13th richest surname in the world, the 13th Illuminati family. Put it together. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of shit that's going on right now. But at the same time, oh shit, here come the cicada. But at the same time, motherfucker trying to land on my goddamn face. Hell no. Yeah, hell no. What the fuck? But anyway, like I was saying, so that's what it does. So all that's why Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and shit. That's why they was using them because hold on, I'm trying to get. But yeah, that's why they used Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. You see what I'm saying? And they put all these different immigrants on a pedestal before American citizens. You get all these immigrants, they getting housing, they getting thousands of dollars in food stamps and disability. They doing the PPP scams and all this scam money going around, millions of dollars, and people that's actually from this country can't even get shit because you from this country. They don't even make sense. That's completely going against our constitution. And couldn't nobody see it, or wasn't nobody really saying that. And the only person who could really see it is Donald Trump. That's why they ain't want Donald Trump in office so bad because Donald Trump is the only person who's gonna really come around and fix it. I'm looking around because this goddamn cicada flying over my head. But but yeah, you see what I'm saying? That's why. That's why they wanted Trump out so bad. He the only person that can really see what's going on. He the only person that's gonna actually really do something about it. You see, so all these people coming over here, you know, basically just destroying this country, killing all the American citizens. That's why they brought fentanyl over here. Fentanyl was already a pharmaceutical drug, which is true, and it came out. I forget when it got patent. I forgot when it got patent. Uh, I got to go back and look that up, that fact up. But fentanyl is already a pharmaceutical drug. It's just they use the Mexican cartels to bring it over here to kill American citizens because it's a part of the depopulation agenda. So this is where the doppelganger espionage part come in. There, all these people walking around. Some of them can speak English very well. A lot of them can't speak no English at all, which is a dead giveaway. And when they do start speaking in a different language, that's another dead giveaway that they not from here. You see what I'm saying? And you got some Americans that speak different languages, but come on, this is the United States of America, an English speaking country. What the fuck you need to speak a different language for? Especially if you ain't bringing people over here to learn America. I mean, learn English and learn the American way. Why are you speaking in a different language? That's a dead giveaway that that's espionage, some type of weird shit going on. So they use espionage and these doppelgangers as a way to distract people. So when you go to the library, when you go to the grocery store, when you go to the car wash, when you go to the movie theater, you go out to eat, all these different places, you go to the park, you know what I'm saying? You go to all these different places, you go to concerts and all that shit. It look like all these just regular people, these American citizens, whole time these are immigrants. A lot of them, like Trump said, rapists, murderers, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it's a difference between, and I'm not most definitely not sticking up for no rapists, most definitely not. But it's the difference between justified, like you doing something that like self-defense, and just going to go kill just random people. So that's what a lot of these people from different countries doing. They don't give a fuck about your life. They don't give a fuck about your family. They came over here to do one job, pretend to be your friend, to set you up and kill you. That's why so many different Americans. They say what over 100,000 Americans die from fentanyl overdoses alone. That's for a reason. They get rid of these people. So when the birthright citizenship do happen, it ain't too many national Americans that can really do nothing about it. They trying to basically try to overthrow our shit, which is going against the Constitution. So if you actually helping these people do that shit and you're a North American citizen, that's sedition. And if you from a different country and you doing this shit, that's treason. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? That's what's really going on. Excuse me, and they coming after certain people. They call it a TI, which is a targeted individual, and they coming after certain people, such as myself and other people. Look what they did to Young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh was a powerful speaker, even though I really didn't, especially at the time, I really didn't agree with the whole Egyptology shit. But he still was speaking knowledge on a metaphysical level, just about Egypt. And now look at him. He's a transgender. You see what I'm saying? Which, hey, you know what I'm saying? If that's what he want to do, that's him. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is, you gotta look at it like this too. This is how dumb these people are. So even if the guy is a transgender or not, right? He's still getting paid for his services. So just like how niggas trying to disrespect me and call me out my name, and this is hypothetically, right? This is no homo, because I'm most definitely heterosexual. I prefer white women, Asian women, especially Japanese, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's a few different Spanish speaking ones that's cool, but I don't know. I prefer just I got a different type. You know what I'm saying? Let me just say it like that. I like just good looking women that's smart, that's very intelligent, kind of like Amy Eskridge. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit I'm on. But anyway, so let's just say, right, if I was to be a transgender, this is the funny part about it, which I'm not. I'm most definitely against that shit. But this is how stupid these people is. Oh, you transgender, this and that. If that was the case, I would still be getting paid for my services, right? And the difference between me and these other people, see, I know what to do with my money. I know the value of a dollar, right? These other people, they don't know the value of a dollar. So if it came down to the point where I had to do some transgender shit, I'm still getting paid for my services, and that means I'm still getting paid, dumb nigga, and I know what to do with the money. So whether you use a transgender or not, you still getting paid, dumb nigga. You see what I'm saying? That's how stupid these people is. That's how dumb they is. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, why they mad is because they actually are transgenders, and they spitting and bobbing and weaving. And the thing is, they don't know what to do with the money. That's where the problem come in at. Wake the damn up. More videos coming soon.